Hello everybody, Ryan Carruthers from the Betfair Trading Community.com with another day, and it's another live video of a one-line lesson. So today's lesson is all about not waiting for your entry point. Before I get into that, if you want to check out any of the good stuff that we've got on the website, if you go to betfairtradingcommunity.com and check it out. The minute we've got a couple of free strategies being given away on the homepage, so click that button and get them. So thank you all for joining me on these videos. It is another day in isolation lockdown, so hopefully you are all doing very well and in getting some structure to your day or something to keep you busy. Found that that's working really well for myself, and over the weekend looking at the Belarus football for some of the first times ever, actually looking at it properly and trying to get some angles on that. A few of my filters gave a few suggestions, so it was just pairing that up and trying to have a look at it. Also having a look at horse racing for the first time in forever, just to see what was happening. So let's get into the content then. So not waiting for your entry point. So if you've been watching these videos, you'll know now that I'm a big advocate of the trading plan and doing your research, and probably bored you to death with the milestones. So where do you want to get to, and then work back from there. So take that trade and what has to happen and break those down. And I know I harp on about that a lot, but I really do think that will, putting that mentality and that thought process into your trading, will make you a better trader. So going along that trajectory then, you've done all of that work, and the lesson on Friday was about ignoring your research. So now you've got your research, now you're waiting for that entry point. Why do people go in when they're waiting? Because they get too eager. They think they're going to miss the goal, they're going to miss the trade, but actually you've got to wait. So one of the biggest examples that I can give you is many years ago when I was trading on the tennis. What I used to do is I still do this. This is the way I trade tennis. I find value players. So I find player 1 and player 2. If I think this player is value against this player, it's all about the first set for me. So I'll be backing this player for the first set in the match odds, but I'm going to trade out the end of the first set. So I'm looking for these mismatches in their game. So this player needs to be able to take it to this player needs to not be able to handle what this player is going to give them. So I was pricing these games up. Now, straight away, I'd have value on this player. And I used to just get straight in on this player, just back them. So they're warming up. There you go, back on, and I'm waiting now, and I'm waiting for the match to start, but my opening trade is in, okay, because I've already got value on them. And then quite a lot of the time, what would happen is my player wouldn't actually do what I thought my player was going to do. So they might drop their serve on their first service game, and now market's overreacted and I'm staring a big loss down the face. Okay, so what I observed was that if this player and this player both hold their serves in their first service games, the price doesn't really alter, so I still get value on this player. So now I wait for my entry point. So I'm waiting to get in now, but nothing's changed in terms of actual point of entry. In terms of numbers, I'm still getting in at 1.75, for example, still the same sort of price, but now I've got access to how the game has started. So is my player actually doing the things that I think they're going to do that links into that milestone content? And that, I think, is crucial to understand why you should wait for your entry point and not just dive into the trade. Because you don't just dive into other things, do you? You take the necessary steps to get the information so that when you do execute that, it works smoother. And it's the exact same. And if you think back to my tennis example, what have I lost by waiting? Nothing. What have I gained? Massive upside for me. So if and this is something that a lot of people struggle to understand when I talk about this with them, especially about my tennis trades. Why do you wait? Well, because I get so much more information and I avoid so many losing trades that I can just keep going and keep going and keep going. And you've done all of this research to get to this point. Why wouldn't you wait? It cements your thought process on that particular trade. So it cements the fact that this is a good trade. So if I'm waiting for 35 minutes or 30 minutes, for example, on my split stake strategy, in those 35 minutes, 30 minutes, there's no pressure on me at all. The only thing that I've got to do is wait for that point to hit and assess what's happening. Two things, really, really simple. Every single person can wait for something, easy, and assess what's going on. And if you can do this, it will make a massive difference to your trading. I guarantee it, because what happens when you wait and there's no money matched from you in that market is you look at that so much differently. You're clear. Yes, you might be a little bit anxious about, oh, should I be getting in? Should I not be getting in? But if you've done your research and you're waiting and then you're attributing that research to what your eyes are seeing, it makes it so much easier. You haven't got an open trade in the market, so you're not worrying about, oh, is this happening? Is this happening? Have I got to get in here and out here? It's just, I know I'm getting in 30 minutes, for example. So the first 25 minutes, 28 minutes, I'm just going to focus on what's actually happening. How are those teams playing? How are those cricketers playing? Whatever it may be, whatever market you're getting in. What is happening? What am I seeing in front of me? And does that back up my original thought? And then I can wait for that entry point. It's really simple, guys. Really, really simple. You're giving yourself such good exposure to the markets. So, is there any questions on that, just while I summarize this? So one of the reasons that I decided to wait for my trades was I trade tennis in the first set and I am looking for value players. I found that I was getting on losing trades because I was getting into the game. Yes, I had value still on my side, but I was still losing trades. So I decided to wait for a better entry point, and that changed everything for me. And waiting for your entry point gives you a clear head to trade because you're just looking at what is happening in that game and in that trade. You're not focusing on your money going up or down. You're not letting greed get in. You're just trading freely, where you're just looking, you're just observing what's happening. Is Mo Salah getting the ball? Is he getting shots on target? How many shots on target do Liverpool need to score on average? All these things, you can just start checking them off really easily. So that's the lesson for today, guys. Tomorrow's lesson is all about emotions and not letting them take control. So join me tomorrow, same place, same time, for another one of these one-day lessons. And until then, stay safe. And if you do have any questions, you know what to do. Comments below or email info@betfairtradingcommunity.com. And I will see you all tomorrow.